Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm Saniqua and I have some things I want to talk about. So, Katt Williams' World War III Netflix special. Well, it's really not a Netflix special, but it is. He had a whole tour though, it was a whole tour. And that was prior to the Netflix special that we're seeing that he did in Las Vegas. Whatever, they just took that tour day and then they just decided to go ahead and film it. He sold it. That's what happened. Katt Williams probably shot it, filmed it, and then sold it to Netflix, and that's when it became a special. But whatever. That's neither here or there, okay? I watched the special yesterday and it was funny. It was funny as hell. Unfortunately, I woke up to seeing that there has been some bad reviews in regards to this special. So I just want to give my critique on this special, okay? So y'all can know the real, because for some reason, I don't know why a lot of people are out there acting like, this is a loss for Katt Williams, that this is something he could have kept, what I'm saying, to himself and not put out there. But like I said, he did a whole tour doing these jokes. And I tried to, it makes sense now. I post a clip of the tour that he did in one of the states. I can't remember which one, but somebody had recorded it with their cell phone, and I took that and I reposted it, and it was getting a lot of views, right? But all of a sudden, I got flagged for it. It was a strike against me posting copywritten information or video or footage, whatever. So maybe, it was because of Netflix. And they was about to put out a special, and they want, these jokes already out there. But it was still other platforms that still had clips up of the World War III tour from last year. So anyway, whatever. But I got a strike anyway, and they took the video down. So it is what it is. But I'm giving my critique, okay? I wrote a lot, okay? So I'm going to try to just, say it without reading it too much. But let's go ahead and go forth. Everyone, for the most part, can admit the fact that or that the world hasn't been the same since COVID or since Trump, really, pretty much. And that during this time when this was taking place, who was the face that was pushing this, COVID situation forward, and the vaccination situation forward, and the lockdown situation forward, and all that, while Trump was still in office? Dr. Fauci, right? And Bill Gates. We saw a lot of Bill Gates. Maybe not so much on the mainstream, broadcast news channels, but then again, I don't really watch them like religiously, or really not out at all. I just kind of bump into some of their shit on YouTube and then look at it that way. But yeah, Dr. Fauci and Bill Gates, they was at the forefront of this whole, pandemic that was going on in the WHO, who is a major topic right now of discussion with the whole sovereignty of America, as they supposed to be having a meeting between the 22nd and the 28th to discuss what to do in 194 countries, with, like regular government having the say so on what to do during pandemic and situations like this. So, and if they're going to just kind of centralize, those powers, I guess, within the World Health Organization itself. I don't know. I haven't really read too deep on it, but this isn't about that. This is about Katt Williams' World War III Netflix special, supposedly, right? So, next thing was the Wendy Williams he brought up. This is the next point. This is point 3. So we already discussed point 1, being that everyone can also admit that shit ain't been right since COVID and since Trump been in office. That's the one, okay? people acting like people just decided to get racist while Trump was in office, when racism existed way before Trump was in office. But for some reason, you know what I'm saying, he gave them the fuel to feel like that it was time to come up out of their shell and come out the dark corners and, you know, start becoming more boisterous, okay? But, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, that's not on Trump. That's just, that's the program, that's the agenda, that's what they doing. Anyway, whatever. It's not, you can't blame everything all on one person, okay? It's always organizations behind it. Anyway, okay? Second point was the faces that was being pushed, pushing the agenda forward, what's going on with the COVID and the vaccines and all this and everything, blah, blah, blah. Fauci and Bill Gates, okay? We got that, right? Third point was when he brought up the Wendy Williams situation, okay? He said Wendy Williams looked like, well, he didn't say she looked like, he actually claimed that she is Sasquatch. And when he said it, I instantly got a visual of Sasquatch or Bigfoot in my mind, and I seen her and Sasquatch next to each other, and I was like, I could see that, but he bogus, but it's funny, and anybody with a sense of humor can laugh at that. Like, first of all, it's a wig, you know, that she wears most of the time, which is usually a bad wig, that gives her this resemblance to Sasquatch hair, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then it's the plastic surgery that she got done, you know, that's not the face she was born with. The face that she was born with, she actually was a pretty lady. She just a big woman, what they call an Amazon woman. You know what I'm saying? She's a big woman, but she was a beautiful woman, okay? So, you know, but in this, you know, Hollywood world, they get these people programmed with this MK Ultra to think that they all need to be cut on, you know what I'm saying, to have surgeries and shit, and get, for her, see, during her time, it was all about the titties. It wasn't about the ass. But see, if, you know, Wendy was in this time, you better believe she would have had some titties and ass done. It wouldn't just been the Dolly Parton titties by itself. But I'm just saying, like, you know, she got all this work done, and that make her look more animalistic. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he wasn't too far off with that one. I mean, it's bogus, but it's kind of like, I can kind of see that, right? I'm just saying. So that's point 3. Let's go to point 4. Now, point 4. Point 4, he said that there's a war going on between the truth and the lie. I mean, they say misinformation, when misinformation is actually the correct information, but they just don't want us to deliberate this information. So it's actually, I guess, information being misused, so they call it misuse information. I don't know, but it's whatever. So, and then he asked the crowd, he said, how many truth tellers out there? People cheered, you know. Then he asked, how many liars do you got there? You had people who cheer. And he said, liars do what the fuck they want because they don't give a fuck. Is that a lie or is that the truth? I'm just saying. It is what it is. Okay? So, whatever. For every lie, there's nothing he said. He said, for every lie told, 1 million people get $1 million. What you think he talking about? He talking about shit. Just the way the world is set up. As far as capitalism go, as far as pharmaceutical go, as far as any other word that y'all can think of, that y'all fucking actually study this kind of shit, that y'all can think of, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, shit is put in place for people to get rich off of. Okay? It's not for you. Okay? Like this whole Roe versus Wade, or this whole, abortion, pro-life, pro-choice situation. Like, this is not about them caring about you as an individual. They don't care if you're rent paid. They don't care if you're homeless. They don't care if your mental state is taken care of. They don't care if you got food to eat. Like, but all of a sudden they care about your pussy and what's coming out of it or not coming out of it. Don't make sense to me. So I'm just saying. But anyway, and then like he said, people getting rich. A lot of people got rich. A lot of people got rich. Since 2019, a lot of people got rich. Okay? No lies there. And let's see here. Point 5. So point 5, the chicken shortage situation. He ain't saying nothing wrong. In fact, he spent a lot of time talking about chicken, but it was funny. It was still funny as hell. So yeah, they did say like over a year ago that there was a chicken well, no, not just a chicken shortage. It was a chicken wing shortage. Okay, never specifying about like chickens itself, like like when I think they kill the whole chicken to get the chicken wings, you know what I'm saying? And they actually, make all the parts of the chicken that they're gonna sell to the store at the time they kill the chicken. I don't think they just numb them up, pluck the wings off, distribute them to sell them to the store, and then have wingless chickens running around the goddamn coop or the farm or free range or wherever. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's how it goes. So when you telling me personally that there's no more chicken wings, you can't turn around and tell me that there's chicken thighs. So it just never made sense to me in the first place. So when Katt brings it up, it's like, okay, yep, I feel you. Like I said, in the way he delivered it was funny as hell. He ain't said nothing wrong. These people say shit that don't make sense all the time. All the time. It's a commercial that, off the top of my head, it's a commercial with Popeyes right now where they talking about how it feels to be almost the number one shrimp. What does it take to be the almost number one shrimp in America? Almost number one. Y'all gotta listen to these words, because these words, I'm telling you, they actually be telling you the truth within the lie if you listen closely. I be trying to tell you, and they be cracking me up. Everything is the best movie ever, the best thing ever. Lies, all lies. But anyway, let's keep it going, okay? Let's carry on. Point 6. He touched on science and God. That's when he started talking about science and God, okay? And he proceeded talking about chickens, okay? And how chickens was made for us to eat. And it's so funny because my bae say that all the time. Like, he like chicken, it's just curtains for chicken. You know what I'm saying? They should never let us taste chicken to see that chicken was good, because now we got to have it. Any kind of way we can have it, whether it's baked, fried, seared, or fucking what they call it when they cold cut it and put it in the sandwich. Like, we fucking with chicken any kind of way we can. Nugget, okay? Give us the pieces of the chicken, whatever's left. Like, I feel Katt, okay, when he was talking about the chicken and everything, but he was talking about, God made them for us because they can't fly. Bird with wings that can't fly. They just right there for us to grab and pick up, mangle, pluck, and get to eating. I'm just saying, but that was funny. So I don't know what wasn't funny there. Let's see here. Point 7. Now we're at point 7. Point 7, he gets to talking about trusting, or the trust that has been lost in the government, okay? That at this point, he's not trusting neither side. who else can't identify with that? Like, who else can't identify? I start feeling that way, sadly, since Obama. Sadly, I started looking like, I don't know if I'm Democrat anymore. I mean, then everybody say the way I talk like a Republican. It's like, well, why I gotta be a Republican? Because I kind of agree with some things Democrat, say, and some things the Republicans say. I'm kind of like somewhere in the middle. Like, maybe we need a new party. Let's start a new party. Possibly. Maybe that's something we need to think about. Starting a new party. Someone for the people. By the people, like directly. The regular common people, not the people who've been bred through wealthy families throughout the year and the bloodline to be pushed ahead to be, in certain situations of ruling and making decisions for the masses. Like, I'm just saying. But back to what we were talking about. So Katt Williams was touching on how we went from Trump crazy ass to Joe sleepy ass. Like, okay, boom. Isn't everyone trying to figure out, like, what's going on with the U.S. sovereignty and what? And, yeah, we already talked about that. See? So that's another thing that's having a lot of people lose trust, right, in the government, like this talk of sovereignty in the World Health Organization, okay? But yeah, so I already talked about that. I ain't got to go back to that. What else I wrote down? Let's see here. Like, we've literally given more money away to other countries than the government care to spend to fix the problems that we have right here in our we've literally given away more money to other countries than the government care to spend to fix the problems that we have right here in our own country. That's not a trust issue? You think you don't feel a little trust problems, like what's going on? What's going on? I'm just saying. Who do you think Katt Williams was talking to when he said, "You motherfuckers are vicious. You motherfuckers don't give a fuck about nobody"? I think he was talking about the government. He was talking about shit. Really, the wealthy, period. They don't care. Your boss don't care. Even your boss don't care. Maybe we gotta go as far as the government and the wealthy. Your boss don't care, okay? Like, they don't have your best interest at heart. Okay, they proved that during the pandemic. They chose which side they was on. But okay. Point 8. So point 8 was when Katt Williams started to give Joe Biden some love with the little shadiness on the side. When he was talking about basically this man is 96 years old. He went from saying this man was 96 years old to 110 years old within one term. Okay, basically saying he's a great granddad, and y'all expect too much of this old man at this time in his life. Do you think that your grandfather would do half of the shit that great-granddad Joe Biden does today, okay? And y'all expect him to be coherent. Like, to me, it's like, okay, Katt, you showing him some love, but yeah, you making jokes about it, but you ultimately show him some sympathy, you know what I'm saying, for his age and things like that. But whatever, okay? But still, when he was going through talking about him, the points and the stories and the angles that he came from was funny, especially when he was talking about how Joe Biden at any given opportunity gonna throw in a chance to talk about getting the vaccination. Oh, you all should just get vaccinated anytime, no matter what they're talking about. He can be at the ice cream shop. He gonna lick the ice cream and look up and say, get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? With no mask on. All right. Then he gonna kiss the reporter on the mouth. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I'm just playing. But so that was point A. I thought that shit was hilarious. He touched on Kamala Harris. What her name is? Is it Kamala? Kamala. I still have not commit that girl name to memory. The vice president name to memory. She don't know mine either. So I'm not gonna hold myself to being too upset about it. But talked about her being MIA. Said she just like a black woman. At that with that, because you can't never really see her actually handling shit during crises. She's always MIA. So I mean that was pretty funny. She probably thought it was funny too. She probably laughed. Point 10, okay? So Kamala Harris, I think I said it right. Kamala Harris. She was point 9. Point 10, he went into war on drugs. It's real out here. We need to talk about it. Because fentanyl, for real, is out of hand. Too many people been dying from fentanyl. You know what? And I seen a report. Matt Miller, back in the day, died of a drug overdose or some shit, right? Off of fentanyl. And supposedly, they have arrested and convicted the drug dealer who sold him the fentanyl. I think he got like 10 years or some shit, something like that. But the drug dealer got in trouble. Who the hell is making the fentanyl? Okay? All these black people and all these stars and all just people, babies even, are dropping dead from fentanyl. Okay? To me, like I said, I've only been noticing it within the past couple of years. But, supposedly it's been going on for a while. I mean, shit. I didn't know that Matt Miller died off of the fentanyl overdose. I didn't know that because I wasn't picking it up on my radar at the time. But what year was that? That's something to think about, right? But Katt Williams, he touched on fentanyl. Okay? And the fact that there is no black people, making this. Like, ain't nobody making it. Who want to make something that if you sniff it, you die? Like, he was on point on that shit. Then when he went into I can't say it. Methamphetamines. I think that's what he was talking about. I don't even know. Methamphetamine. Methamphetamines. I think that's how you say it. To let you know I'm not a drug user like that, or I'm not all that in awareness of all the drugs in the world. Weed is the drug of choice for me, and maybe a sip of wine or some Patron or some Remy, every once in a while. But yeah, so drugs, not for me, especially not at this age, because I'm trying to stay alive, and they be doing too much drugs these days that cause hearts to go into cardiac arrest. And I think that the government and the world is doing a good enough job keeping us surrounded with bad diets and bad food and bad air and bad water and bad conditions that, what I'm saying, I'm just trying not to, help the process of dying to speed up. You know what I'm saying? If I can slow it up a little bit, that's what I'm trying to do. So, but for Katt Williams, he touched on that. Then he went into the opioid crisis, okay, with doctors being the drug peddlers and nobody's being convicted for people dying off of freaking opioids. Am I saying it? Opioids. Okay? So, I mean, fact. He hit it, okay? And then, oh my God, back to the methamphetamines. He then said that Adolf Hitler and the Nazis was all high off of motherfucking methamphetamines. That motherfucking part of the bit was so goddamn hilarious when he started talking about the itchy goddamn gums, talking about what kind of drug is out there that you want to do that's gonna make your teeth itch. Like, I ain't never experienced my teeth itching before. Like, man, I'm talking about laughing my ass off. All the way up until this point, I was laughing my ass off, okay? This man, he put this shit together. If he don't write this shit down and he just go out there and just start talking about this shit and it come across like that, this motherfucker is, he's extraordinary. I mean, like, I really was watching this and was like, I could see him on tour with Eddie Murphy. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about it, but I said it, and it is what it is. I mean, I don't know how factual it is about the connection between meth, they call it meth, and you know, Hitler and the Nazis. I don't know, but that would explain a lot of their acts. If they were on meth like that, that would legit explain all the crazy shit, and they were just under control and just in that half step, he did that half step marching. I mean, that half step, I think Korea do that half step, or Japan or somebody, their army in that half step is questionable. Like, why you gotta kick your foot up so high when you marching like that? I mean, like, that shit was hilarious too, right? High shit, high kicks, okay? Point 11, child. Point 11. Whew. When he said, he led off by saying, the truth is painful. Okay? So when he came, I call this point 11 painful truths. Okay? Now this is when it got a little tough for me. Okay? It got a little tough, but like I said, I was able to, you know, listen, hear him out. And, you know, although I did not like laugh, like, you know, real hard, or sometimes not at all, but you know what I'm saying, like, it was still like, oh, okay, so that's where he going with it. Okay, so painful truths. First, he talked about the Christians and how the Christians have been very freaking quiet during everything that's going on, as far as, you know, with the pandemic and just, you know, with the world today, with, you know, wars upon wars, with plagues, famine. I'm saying these are things in the Bible supposed to, like he say, basically be a testament to the end days approaching, right? You know, but you don't hear no Christians out here, like, you know, coming together, trying to get people to wake the hell up and to refocus their mind on God. Now, I'm going to say that towards the end of it, he did start talking about focus on God, listen to God. Hopefully he talking about, you know, the God that, you know, we believe in, even though, you know, whatever name you want to call him, as long as it's not on the side of Satan, the devil, Lucifer, and it's on the side of righteousness and light, then, you know, I could rock with you. But I'm just saying, because people, you know, they have, you know, who they worship. But like I said, as long as on the light and the righteousness and not on this side, you know what I'm saying, of the darkness, okay, and the confusion and all that, then, you know what I'm saying, you know, I can rock with you. But yeah, quiet Christians. Then he went into talking about the Garden of Eden and how that was created. That was some shit that wasn't in the Bible, and that God wouldn't be so petty over a piece of fruit. Like, that was kind of funny, but at the same token, I'm still looking like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, okay. But like I said, through my life, I've, known that the Bible has been altered, and changed over time to fit certain agendas, and, to shape people way of thinking and doing things, and keep people in control. It's a tool for control in the sort, but it does have some truth flowing through it. And what's crazy is that this truth actually exists in all the religions, with all the different names of gods that's out there that you guys, worship. Like I said, it's only on the side of, as long as it's on the side of righteousness and light. But that truth exists in all the religions, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Until you get to this side with the darkness. They like to do everything the opposite of this side. Okay? Because that's what they do. Okay? So anything that's opposite of right is wrong. Facts or not? Okay. Then he went into talking about Adam and Eve, basically. And then he talked about that was, but this, like I said, this is when he kind of veering off, to the left and to the right, and I'm trying to follow him, basically talking about Eve being a hoe. She, had sex with both the devil or the snake or whatever. He called the snake, but we know who the snake was. Adam, you know what I'm saying? And she did it all in front of, a guy. He could see everything. Like, she just didn't get no fucks, right? So, cool. It was funny. It was some funny bits in that, story, or that, like, that line of comedy that he was delivering to us, about the Bible. It was pretty funny. I mean, people don't like to receive that a lot of people, mothers or moms, are hoes. Like, I mean, it's a chance my mama was a hoe. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. It's her pussy. She can do what she want. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta be able to accept the truth. Okay. So, like you said, painful truths. And then let me see. He said they was considered relationship goals, but they was committing incest the whole time. Like, off the chain, but funny. It was still funny, but in a blasphemous way. But it was funny, and it's only blasphemous because I was taught to look at anything that's being said about the Bible or God as blasphemy. But like I said, like, we've been lied to a lot in this life. So, I pick and choose what I want to believe and what I'm cool with and not cool with. And, and I'll just tell you how I feel about it. This is my opinion, my critique, my thoughts. And, you don't have to roll with it, but I'm just putting it out there. Then he went to talking about how the tree in Genesis, or in the garden, the tree of life, was actually the woman. And they don't want us to know that, because if we know that we are the gods, or we are the heroes, the people who can change and shape our own lives. And, he even said people committing suicide out here. Like, you don't have to commit suicide. All you have to do is change. That's powerful. But what? People couldn't receive that? A lot of people probably was like, oh, you didn't have to say that. He don't understand. He's shaming people who commit suicide. That's probably what people are going to start saying. But no, that's empowerment. Okay? You can change. You don't like your situation, your current situation, even for children. Like the government has, local government has made it to the point where kids can call in and report their parents if they're not happy with their home. They done that a long time ago. A long time ago. You know how it is, you know. You got that loyalty to your family and stuff like that. So you do kind of gotta be, you do have to be kind of empathetic in certain situations when it comes to suicide. But at the same time, though, for those who got a mind to think, to change their situations for the better before committing suicide, do it. Do it. Okay? Do it. Leave, let go, move on, whatever. Do it. Do it. Do whatever you got to do to be free. Okay? Free from whatever got your mind bound to the point where you don't think that you can go on anymore. You have power. You have power to get past that. So I appreciate Katt Williams for going there, okay? So this part that I wrote right here was just me noticing how Katt Williams kept doing like this. And I'm like, do he think he has his hair right here? Because he kept doing that. That's like me sitting here talking about some, y'all think I was crazy because I'm bald head, right? So he kept doing like that, and I'm like, well, boo, your hair not right there. His hair was all the way back here, and it was rougher than what we used to seeing Katt's hair look like. So I don't know, did he just do this stand up on the fly? Because if he did, like, I mean, it is what it is. I still love him, and he still looked good. He looked good. That was a nice little outfit. He looked real good, but he also looked very hot. And I was very concerned when I was watching him. He had that leather jacket on, them leather pants. He had about 3 faux shirts on that I could see. I think it was 3 for show. It was the jacket, the black shirt that probably was long sleeve, and then a white t-shirt, hopefully. And hopefully he didn't have on a white beat underneath there. So I'm just saying. Then he had that thick like little I don't know what kind of little scarf hat or whatever, I forgot to call those things, wave caps on his head, and then had that hat on. Okay, like if you can keep that on, you can keep this situation going, but when it comes down to down here, I really wanted him to take his jacket off. Okay, and he didn't have no goddamn water up there to drink, so I was very concerned. He was looking kind of hypish to me, like he was on something at a certain point with the flicking of the nun hair and the you know, sweating profusely on that stage. Like, I mean, maybe they didn't have the air on, you know what I'm saying? Because or just he just had a lot of clothes, you know what I'm saying? And them lights be on. I don't know, but like I said, this is just something I wrote in regards to that, because that was on my mind. Okay. Speaking of water, point 12. Point 12 was when he went into talking about the 2 most valuable things in the world, okay, or in the universe is what he said, is water and pussy, okay? I hope I can say this word, because you know, YouTube be tripping. But anyway, but water and pussy, okay? He said those are the 2 most valuable things in the universe, okay? That's what makes this planet more special than any other planet that don't have life on it, okay? It's because it doesn't have water and it don't have women running around or a female species, okay? Because animals, okay, got pussies too. Now, there are some animals that are asexual that can make their own babies, but for the most part, you need a male and a female counterpart to come together to make a baby, okay? So he said pussy, okay? So that's when pussy came into place, okay? Because he spent a lot of time talking about pussy, but before he got into pussy, he talked about water, okay? Because he said water is the one thing, no matter who you are, okay? If you're an expert, scientist, don't care, okay? How much education you have, okay? You know the recipe to water being H2O, but you yourself can't put H2O together to make water, which is all factual. That is all factual. Okay? That is, he said, this is a God-made thing, and so is pussy. Oh, he is so silly. Now I know talking about pussy makes a lot of people uncomfortable out there, okay? But isn't that what Roe versus Wade has been about? It's pussy, okay? The pussy has been a major, like I said, a major topic of discussion for a long time without people actually saying what they're talking about. But that's what they're talking about, okay? But for some reason, when Katt Williams decide to talk about pussy, it's a problem. Now, point 13, I already touched on when I was in point 11, talking about God and things like that. And, you know, us being superheroes and, you know, being able to change our circumstances. So point 14, he went into talking about all these women who going to get these fake ass and titties on these damn knees in a spine that's gonna be fucked up and they gonna collapse over like a chair in the long run, okay? Like, that shit was hilarious because, like, nobody thinks about that shit. Everybody think about the now, but they don't think about the long run. No, they don't. And like I said, that shit was hilarious. Saying that we have to know the difference between science and God and who to listen to, okay? But see, what he's calling science, I'm going to call the devil or Satan or the enemy, okay? Anybody that want you to do something that's going to harm you, or any force that want you to do something that's going to harm you, is not for you, okay? I'm just saying, all right? But it looks good, right? It looks good. And you know what? Y'all men out here acting like y'all tired of these women walking around with these astronomical big asses, hippopotamus asses, and ostrich ass legs. But y'all go, see, y'all the one that made it popular. When the strip clubs start being like the place to be, and you know, men just start going there like more crazy. I think this was during Magic City days and stuff. Like, I don't know, all of a sudden, like, strip club was like, you know, that was the joint, and women were like running to it like it was a career choice, you know what I'm saying, at this point. Like, you know, what you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a stripper, you know what I'm saying? And shoot, little babies right now be bouncing that ass, okay? You give them a pole, they'll probably swing around. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know, it's something that just got out of control, okay? Like, over time, it got out of control. You guys liked it, y'all paid for it, y'all spent all the money on it, y'all, you know, had babies with them, y'all, you know, wifed them, y'all gave them homes, and the whole slowly start winning, and you know, everybody want these bodies, you know what I'm saying, that they see, you know, strippers and hoes have, like, you know, big asses, big titties, and lashes. They even wearing double lashes. They do, I mean, and they doing all this shit because I bet you, because y'all like it. If y'all men, if y'all stop liking it, paying for it, encouraging it, and start giving that energy to more respectable women, You know what I'm saying? Women that choose a more righteous path, or that think differently and that move differently. Okay, and the same for men, women. If women stop giving, you know, freaking, bad men or boys, so much time and energy, and they start focusing that on, men who actually had a plan for their life, who actually was focused, who are smart, who actually do go to school, who actually do go out and get a career, or work a job, or instead of running the streets. You see what I'm saying? Then maybe more men would actually take that path. So it's like we're both responsible for the destructive path that we're taking right now. But like I said, there's science, that they want to call it, but then there's also the enemy, Satan. Okay, so God, science, and Satan. I'm just saying. Science. I'm just saying. I think maybe Satan may be in between science and God. So I don't even know where he fit in, but yeah. Y'all just need to know that fake booties and titties and fake bodies, period, eventually break down. I just want y'all to know that. Okay? So spending time taking care of your real body and getting your real body in shape, and your mind and your spirit, I'm telling you, it's more beneficial. I promise you. Probably not like quick. You can't get that quick money, you know what I'm saying? But that shouldn't be the path. But that's the path we all are programmed. Some actually are drawn to. So good luck. Good luck. So yeah, he hit on talking about people with fake bodies. And it was funny. It was funny. Like, I'm still laughing. I was laughing at this point because I felt him. I felt him. Okay? All right. Point 16. Point 16. He went back to talking about God and how too much of anything can kill you. Like sugar, salt. Funny he talk about these things, because these are the things that set us up for failure, for catching a lot of diseases that kill a lot of people, period. Not just today, but period. Diabetes, heart disease, respiratory issues, and things like that. It comes from a poor diet for the most part, right? Poor diet, poor choices. But they kick us off on, becoming addicted to sugar from birth. It's in the milk. It's in the formula. It's in the formula. You better believe it. Starch, milk, sugar, starch, protein. What else they put in those little in that formula? I don't know. Look it up. But sugar. Okay, a life of sugar gonna cause you to have some issues eventually, especially if you become an addict. That's a drug. That's another drug. Salt. Like, we like salt so much that we can't taste food, especially in the black community. When y'all talk about seasoning, they talking about salt a lot of times, okay? But a lot of black people are evolving, and they're starting to get into their herbs and spices and kind of, pulling back from the salt. But I'm just telling you. But anyway, sugar, salt. Then he went into talking about pussies. God damn, and squirting pussies. Okay, I skipped. I skipped 15. Point 15. Before he went to talking about God, he talked about pussies for a very long time, okay? Now, we all know Katt Williams at this point, because he made sure to express that he likes creamy pussies. He even came up with a ratio of how many extra pumps each sighting of cream get when having sex. He is so stupid. Then he went to sing because it was two pussies that he liked the most. So the first one was creamy, and the second one was the one that squirt. Like that is the highest gratification that a pussy can give a man while or after having sex is to squirt. Okay, and I mean it was funny. All that was funny too, but like I said before, pussy is a very uncomfortable subject, okay? First of all, cursing is uncomfortable, okay? To let alone get into talking about pussies. You can talk about dicks before you could talk about pussies before people become squeamish, okay? You could probably talk about racism and murder and you could see those things, but we can't talk about pussy when everybody came through one. It's so deep. It's so deep, but this is how they got society today. Anyway, and so Katt, before he finished, talking about squirting, he had to admit the fact that squirting involves some urine, okay? Which, if you didn't know that it was pee involved in squirting, then you just didn't know, but now you know. So yeah. Okay, now point 17. Okay, we're getting towards the end of this. Okay, he started going to all the different girls he liked. First, he started talking about how big girls are the best to get through, a pandemic with. You know what I'm saying? Big girls, a pandemic equal a good time, a cozy time. You see what I'm saying? He was talking about how, he was able to nestle up into the bosoms and the stomach and the body of a big woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I feel him. I feel him. I like me a thick man. That's for sure. I like me a burly man. Yep. So I understand. I'm quite sure a lot of men who mess around with big girls could agree with what Katt Williams was saying. So hopefully nobody, actually took that, the wrong way, because he was talking about big girls, never had you hungry or uncomfortable. And what I'm saying, like, you can count on them in that way. And then he went into short girls, okay, and how he never messed around with a short girl before because he was short. Then he talked about giant girls. Then he talked about, which, when he talked about giant girls, I went back to thinking about Wendy Williams. Because, I mean, Wendy Williams is a big woman. So, what I'm saying? Maybe he should give her a chance. You know what I'm saying? But if he on drugs and then she do drugs, I don't think both of them need to be together. I don't think so. I don't know. But I'm speculating that he's on drugs because, like I said, he was doing this. He had some ticks and shit, and he was sweating profusely, But like I said, he could very well have, like hyper sweat glands or sensitive sweating or whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? So it's perspiration. You know what I'm saying? Hyper perspiration. You could probably have that going on. So, but you know what I'm saying? But we say you like giant girls, so I mean maybe you should give Wendy Williams a try, help her out, help her forget about Kevin, and he got a little nasty and raunchy, talking about his experiences with these type of women and things like that, which was probably inappropriate for a lot of people in this politically correct world that's so freaking incorrect. But they like to act like they're righteous, but they're not. Especially when he hit on how ugly girls save lives. Okay? See, I'm quite sure that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But we didn't hear him talk about skinny girls and little women. Now, notice I had to change girls out for women because you can't say little girls, because then y'all be saying Katt Williams like little girls, and I'm no. But I'm saying he did not touch on experiencing a sexual relationship with skinny girls and little women, aka what we used to call midgets, small people. I think it's the new word. I think it was small people and then little people. I don't know. They always changing it. Whatever make y'all feel good. I hope I hit one of the right words for you. Okay. He also said that Harriet Tubman was, beautiful and that slavery was ugly. And I think he said that because it was, and it's true, but at the same token, he brought up Harriet Tubman as talking about ugly women, okay, or ugly girls and how they saved lives. And I'm quite sure a lot of people going to take that out of context too and feel a certain type of way, especially when he was talking about Harriet Tubman getting down, growling at dogs and shit. Like, that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't scared. You know what I'm saying? That's why she was able to help free so many people. It took someone to be ugly to get through an ugly situation, but not so much that she was ugly, but he probably was saying that she was ugly too. Yo. Last point, okay? This is the way he decided to end the whole World War III special on. Talking about was pussy again, okay? He had to end it on a pussy note, okay? Big clicks. He was talking about the big clicks out there, okay? And how they are pretty disturbing, but at the same time, they're enticing, I guess, in a sense. Like, I'm not sure if he don't like them or like them, but me personally, I've always considered big clicks to be small dicks, okay? In science, when we're all being born, like, when we're not born, but when we're being made, okay, when we're in the stomach, okay, going through that period, okay, of production, okay, or reproduction, what they call it. Yeah, we're all like pretty much are both sexes until a certain point of, carrying a child. The fetus eventually end up getting an organ, whether it's the penis or the vagina, okay? Either what they call the gonads, the balls that hang, is ain't nothing but ovaries that's inside the woman's womb, right? But instead of the ovaries, being inside the womb, when the body, finally gets to the point where it chooses its sex, okay, the testicles, the ovaries, aka, and testicles, the same thing, they drop, okay? So, like with the clitoris, okay, I just think that with the clitoris, what happens is when the sequencing comes in for female, sometimes the clit don't draw all the way back, and it still kind of hang. And this fool was talking about how it ain't right when you eating the pussy and your neck snatched back, you know what I'm saying, when and you got to come back with it because you kind of like sucking on it, you know what I'm saying, like you sucking on the dick. Hilarious. Awkward, but hilarious, okay? And like I said, if this man does not write down this shit and practice it before he comes out and deliver it, this shit was good. It was good as hell. It was funny. It was raw and raunchy and cutthroat, kind of take me in the lines of Richard Pryor and George Carlin. And like I said, no hold bars. No hold bars. He just came out there and just, bam, said what he'd been thinking, what he'd been feeling, what maybe a lot of people been thinking and feeling, and most definitely a lot of things that people don't think about, because who think about pussy as much as Katt Williams? maybe another man. You know what I'm saying? But probably there's a lot of men in there that can identify with that part of his comedy. But hey, like I said, he had a whole tour doing these jokes before it made it onto the Netflix special. So for people to come now all of a sudden on Twitter acting like, oh God, he can go sit down with this, go cancel yourself. Go cancel yourself. It was good. You didn't have to watch it. And don't watch no more. But I think I may watch it again because it was funny. I told my mama to watch it. I told my boo mama to watch it. Well, he actually sent it to her, told her to watch it last night because it's funny. I appreciate comedians like Katt Williams. It's refreshing to know that people are not afraid to say things that others are like scared to say, but that, you know, are somewhat true. Somewhat true. Some things are out there, but a lot of it was true. I gave this comedy special an 8.5 out of 10, but I may go ahead and push it right on up to a 9 out of 10. It wasn't exactly a 10, but damn, it could possibly be though. If I watch it again, I may push it up. I may push it up. I don't know, because it was good, okay? I enjoyed it, and thank you, Katt. Thank you for speaking up. Thank you for speaking out. Thank you for the special. Thank you, Netflix, for picking it up. I knew Netflix was going to be something, because when COVID hit and Hollywood like kind of went away, and you know, all these actors and shit start coming to social media posting and stuff, trying to find other ways to make money because they wasn't making it no more through Hollywood. Netflix ass low-key got a whole movie studio and started making movies. I was like, oh, Netflix making movies in 2020. They making movies. And next thing you know, you start seeing all the stars that used to get all the jobs on Hollywood and TV coming over to Netflix. I be paying attention, okay? And now, I appreciate. Thanks, Netflix. Thanks, Katt. Thank y'all. Thank you for stopping by and listening to me. And I hope that my critique wasn't too much. I hope I don't get in trouble. And I hope you have a great day. Be blessed. Bye-bye.